Having created some macros, you might want to find quick ways to run the macros. For example, you don't want to have to go to Developers tab in the ribbon and then go to Macros and then choose the macro and choose Run. It would be really nice if we had like a keyboard shortcut key combination that we could press, or a button on our quick access toolbar that we could click. So let's have a look at different ways that you could actually run a particular macro. Let's start with shortcut keys. For example, if I click on File in the ribbon and then go to Options and choose Customize Ribbon on the left hand side, what you have here towards the bottom left is Customize, and these are keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to customize keyboard shortcuts. What you have here is a number of categories on the left hand side, and some of them, like the Home tab, will reveal commands that we're used to seeing, and here it tells us what key combinations are currently assigned to various commands. So on the Home tab, when you click Bold, the shortcut key for Bold is Control B or Control Shift B. And if I was to find another one, for example, Center Paragraph, the shortcut key is Control E. But what I want to do is scroll right to the bottom of the categories and find the category Macros. When I choose the category Macros, I'm not actually seeing my macros, and that's because it's looking in the file Normal. Let's have a look in the file Macros, and there's my 3 macros that reside in the file called Macros. So it's important to know where your macros reside. When we created these 3 macros, we told Word to store those macros in this file. Now the macro MyAddress, I want to assign a shortcut key to it. So I click in this field here and I press the key combination I want to assign to that macro. Now I'd highly discourage you from using Control A to Z because they're pretty much already being used by Word. And if I was to apply Control A to the macro MyAddress, I would lose the ability to press Control A to select all. So I'm choosing Control Alt key combinations. I'm going to go Control Alt A, and that will let me assign Control Alt A to my address, A being address. And it tells me down here that that's currently not assigned to anything else. So that's good, I'm not losing anything. So I'm going to assign Control Alt A. For a next page section break, I'm going to assign Control Alt B. That's currently also unassigned, so I'll assign that by hitting this button here to that particular macro. So my address is Control Alt A, next page section break is Control Alt B, and open long, I'm going to press the key sequence Control Alt O. Now that lets me view the outline view. So let's try Control Alt L. Let's insert a number field and Control Alt C. Oops. Control Alt C is copyright. Well, if I'm going to do a copyright symbol, I usually type bracket C bracket. So I don't need this key combination for copyright. So I'll assign Control Alt C to caption. So then I'll go close and I'll go OK. And if I want to test the theory, if I go Control Alt A, that's my address. If I go, let me just put that back to normal. Control Alt A is address, beautiful, and a couple more enters. Control Alt B is section break, and if I go Control Alt C, then that will open the file called caption, and I'll then close it. So I've now assigned shortcut keys to my 3 macros. What I'd like to do now is show you how you can assign them to your quick access toolbar if you're fearful that you won't remember the shortcut key. If we go to File and Options yet again, we can actually go to Quick Access Toolbar. And up here in this drop down is what Microsoft deem as popular commands. I'm going to hit the drop down here and I'm going to choose macros, and there are my 3 macros. Now these macros will only ever run if the file called Macros is open. So let's say that we don't want to see these 3 macro buttons on our quick access toolbar for all documents. We only want to see those macros for this document when this document is open. So I'll now add 1, 2, 3, add those 3 macros. I'll then click on the first one and I'll modify it, and I'll call it address. And in brackets I'll mention it's Control-Alt-A, so they know what the shortcut key is. And I'll choose a street sign given it's an address, and OK. And there's a macro button to insert my address, and there's a mention of what the shortcut key is. I'm now going to click this button, Modify, and I'll mention that it's a next page section break, and that the shortcut key is Control-Alt-B. And then I'll find a button that represents a break, maybe this one here, and OK. And then thirdly, I'll go Modify, Long Caption, Open Document, Long Caption, and in brackets Control-Alt-C. And because it's opening a document, I'm just going to choose a picture. There's more down below here. Maybe just that one there, and OK. So then I'll go OK again, and there are 3 buttons on my quick access toolbar. Now I'm actually going to show my quick access toolbar below the ribbon, so I'm just hit my customize quick access toolbar and show it below the ribbon, so I can clearly see the buttons and I see them in colour, which when I show them above the ribbon isn't the case. So I'm going to show them below the ribbon. So the idea here is I'll just go Control A and delete, yeah, and I've got a clear piece of paper. Is if I want my address, I'll just click this button here. If I then want a next page section break, I'll hit this button here, and I can insert my address again. And if I then want to open the document long caption, I'll just click this button here, and it opens the document long caption. So the whole idea of a macro is it's to automate tasks. And you can then run that macro by pressing the shortcut key combination or creating a button and putting it on your quick access toolbar. Now you can also see the code if you wish. If I go to macros and I click on one of these macros and go edit, it actually allows me, let's just bring it into view, it allows me to see the code behind the macro. So the macro my address, this is what it's actually doing. It's typing Cathi Barker, and then it's going down, it's typing Bushy Park, and it's going down, and it's actually typing this text. And here's my next page section break, and here's my long caption. So if you needed to edit a macro, you would come into here and you would make the necessary changes. And to get out of here, you just hit the X in the top right corner. So the macros button allows you to edit a macro, run a macro, and even delete a macro if you wish. And using the organizer, you can even copy macros from one file across to another file. So these files could be copied from the macros document across to the normal template using the copy button.